Return to the breaking news from France on the hostage situation at a supermarket. We're just hearing that according to the mayor of Trebes, this is the town in southwestern France where this situation is continuing. He is quoted as saying on BFM TV that there are 2 dead in this hostage situation. Let's go to our correspondent Lucy Williamson in Paris. Lucy, just bring us up to date with what you're hearing as well.
Well, this has been a situation that's been going on for the past hour or so. There are several people held hostage inside that supermarket in Trebes, just east of Carcassonne in the southwest of France. We're told that there are special forces at the scene, an operation is ongoing, and that there are hundreds of police officers now involved in that operation, as well as an airborne unit. The Prime Minister has already come out and said it's a very serious situation. And as you mentioned there, the latest reports are now that there are 2 people dead in that
Lucy,
situation,
if I can just interrupt,
which, as I say, we believe is ongoing.
If I can just interrupt, Lucy, sorry, we are getting a correction from BFM TV, quoting the mayor, saying that there are 2 victims, not necessarily dead. That correction has just come into us. So obviously the situation is rather unclear in that tense hostage situation that's unfolding in the southwest of France.
Absolutely, a situation that's unfolding as we speak. I should say the police confirmed earlier that 1 person had died in that hostage situation. So again, as you say, information coming in dribs and drabs. It's worth bearing in mind there was a separate incident that happened earlier this morning in Carcassonne itself, when a unit of police officers was targeted by an armed man as they came back to their base after a jog. One of those police officers, the police union spokesman says, was injured in the shoulder. It's not known at the moment whether those 2 events are connected or how they're linked, but they certainly did happen the same morning in the same area of France. And we've had the prosecutor also tell us that the hostage taker in the supermarket said that he was working on behalf of the so-called Islamic State, the jihadist group. So again, that's feeding into these dribs and drabs of information that are coming in.
Yes, and Paris prosecutors saying, confirming that counter-terrorism prosecutors have opened an investigation into this.
That's right. Yeah, I think in the early days in France, trying to keep all options open, it's obviously very difficult to ascertain at the moment exactly what this situation is, how it's come about, and how serious it's going to become. But I think with the prosecutor's statement, the channels of counter-terrorist investigation, the units involved, they will all have been sprung into action.
And this situation is changing as we speak, Lucy, because I'm seeing this is another quote from the mayor of Trebes, who's been quoted on the television station BFM. He now says that the hostage taker is alone with 1 police officer in the supermarket, and that all other hostages have been freed. I don't think we have any other confirmation of that, though, at the moment. I don't know if you are able to see anything there where you are, Lucy.
I'm afraid at the moment, as I'm talking to you, I don't have that the access to that information, but it's certainly a live situation. As I say, the hostage taker walked into the supermarket just over an hour ago, and if indeed the hostages have all been removed safely, or perhaps all but 1 been removed safely, I think the French authorities would count that as a fairly successful intervention by that massive force of police officers that we talked about, the airborne units, the special forces, 200 to 300 officers on the ground there around that supermarket.
Lucy, for the moment, thank you very much. Some of those images of the supermarket coming to us from social media. We're also seeing that the French Interior Minister is heading immediately to Trebes, according to his officials. But the situation there, somewhat unclear. Reports of 8 hostages, but then 1 report, the mayor of Trebes being quoted on a television station saying that those hostages had been freed, and the gunman was still inside the supermarket with 1 police officer. Obviously, we'll try to clarify what the situation is and bring that to you as soon as we find out.